Oh, so this is the only way to actually see the game. Weird.
Hey everybody, we're live.
Oh, hello.
Yes, now everyone can hear you. All of China knows we're streaming. But fortunately they're asleep. Hey everybody, so, quick rundown of what this is. This is Rifftrax the game, where if you have played any kind of Jackbox or I think Use Your Words, you'll probably be able to easily find out just how this game is played. I have with me Lenny Pator.
I just want to correct you. All of China is just kind of waking up. It's 8 a.m. in Beijing.
The night owls are still sleeping. And then we also have Martin, or Littlekuriboh.
Hello there.
And then we have Linkara.
Someone help me!
Yes, he's having difficulties. I also go ahead and give the mods a little bit of a sneak peek, just to give them a little bit of a privilege on this first round, but we will have 2 slots open for you, the audience, to riff with us. Also, if I did the hookup right, those of you just in chat will be able to vote for riffs as we put them out by just typing the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 of the riff you like. I hope this works. We'll find out. Anyway, let's get started.
I'm excited for this. The riff that I wrote for the Dragon Ball Evolution movie was like the #1 selling riff for years. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching that.
We promoted it on the channel, so.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was picked up by like Toonami Aftermath too and put into their Rifftrax rotation. That's how I saw it.
Holy cow.
Where's my royalty, Toonami Aftermath?
Oh, well, they owe a lot of people a lot of money.
I'm sure. I don't mind. I just like the people watched it.
All right.
You did a Rifftrax of The Grudge 3.
I did. The Grudge 2. The Grudge 2, actually.
What was that?
The Grudge 2, actually.
Oh, it's The Grudge 2, right. And the funny thing is, like, my DVD copy of The Grudge 2 is missing the very beginning, which you just happen to have the sample for, so I was able to complete the
That's
movie
funny.
as a result of that.
That's funny.
I
So,
didn't.
yeah, some of the beginning of the movie is missing on my copy of on my DVD copy.
I did an riff of the Death Note Japanese live-action movie, the original one.
Ooh.
Right.
It was fun.
So, yeah.
The movie's not great, in my opinion, but making fun of it was fun.
Absolutely.
And I've done a few riffs on my channel over the years, mostly of crappy shorts. And of course, anyone who is my fan who's in the chat will remember the glory of Bob Corby. May he rest in peace, giving us school spirit.
Yeah, needless to say, I think we're all fans of Mystery Science Theater and every spin-off thereof.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little bit.
Now let's see what we can accomplish together.
I need to actively look
Hello,
at the,
aspiring riffers. In each round of Write a Riff mode, a movie clip will play. Every clip has a spot to write your own joke, or riff as we call it. If you're stuck, you can choose a randomly assigned riff from one of our own professional comedy professionals at a slight point deduction. Everyone's riffs are played back and you vote for your favorite. At the end of all the rounds, the player with the most points wins.
Way to go,
Alright,
Teresa.
Let's see if we can
Round
beat
one.
Teresa.
Hi, I'm Willie Wessel with an important message about crossing streets.
Oh, that's right. I told it to play
I'm
twice.
Willie Wessel with an
Okay.
important message
And that's
about
fine. It gives me
crossing
time.
You've seen the clip? Now enter your riff.
Hmm. I don't have anything.
Just to let you know, I am moderating your stuff, so you're not going to be able to sneak in anything truly horrific.
Horrifically bad, maybe. But
Man, might want to up that time, though. I feel like 40 seconds, not quite enough.
Alright. Luckily, this is only 3 rounds long, so I can quickly change it next time.
Streets
see.
are more afraid of you than you are of them.
I'm Willie Whistle with an important message about crossing streets.
Run fast. Drivers will be looking to hit you for bonus points.
Hi, I'm Willie Whistle with an important message about crossing streets.
Remember to let me steal your soul before crossing.
That's good.
Hi, I'm Willie Whistle with an important message about crossing streets.
Yep, cars got their horns. I got this. Nothing to see here.
Hi, I'm Willie Whistle with an important message about crossing streets.
Pedestrians always have the right of way, so go crazy.
The riffs are in.
Okay,
Time to vote.
bonus
You can
points
do
for the
that.
person that used the sound effects.
Wait, you can
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
use sound effects?
How did they?
There's
Wow.
a little button on the side that says add sound effects.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
shit.
good. That's good.
Oh, and you also rank your votes. So the first thing you vote for is your most favorite, and then second favorite, third favorite.
Alright.
Also, audience members, type in the number of the riff you like the most, and hopefully the plugin works.
Fingers crossed.
All right.
All right, looks like we do have audience votes.
Hell yeah.
Woo. Oh. Okay, I see.
Looks like Jesus
Doing
gets
great
the
there.
most.
Don't get
Nice one,
cocky.
Jesus.
Good job, Jesus.
Sorry, audio. I understand that was probably really fast for people who have to watch through the
Round two.
delay.
Alexander, help me get out of
Oh,
here.
not Fun in Balloon Land.
Jesus.
Get out of here. Alexander, help me get out of here. Cowboy, cowboy, attack when I get out of here.
Okay. Take a deep breath and enter your riff.
Oh, I am apparently Torgo on the little display screen.
Better hurry.
Nick's a dinosaur, and I'm the ice cream bunny.
I was trying to look through the sound effects library. It's like that timer is way too short.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think we're gonna have to pass on that
Alright,
until
hold
I
on.
can like.
There is no exit.
Alexander, help me get out of here. Cowboy, cowboy, attack when I get out of here.
Our pants are doorways to other worlds, Billy.
Alexander, help me get out of here. Cowboy, cowboy, attack when I get out of here.
Bring us the souls of the native peoples, young one.
Jesus.
The oink?
Alexander, help me get out of here. Cowboy, cowboy, attack when I get out of here.
Simple, just float. We all float
Oh.
here.
Brilliant.
Alexander, help me get out of here. Cowboy, cowboy, attack when I get out of here.
Well, well, little buckaroo. Ever wanted to be on the side of a red
Oh man.
Alexander, help me get out of here. Cowboy,
I hate this kid.
cowboy, attack when I get out of here.
Hey kid, wanna reenact the ending to Red Dead Redemption?
Time to place your vote, fellow riffers. Now would be a good time to vote.
Already did, lady. Jeez.
Careful.
Very pushy.
That's Mike Nelson's wife.
That's
Bridget.
Bridget?
Yep.
Hey.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that was
Well
good.
done.
Yeah.
You had a good breakfast.
I'm bringing it back. Bringing it back.
All the
Oh,
way to
wow,
the top
bringing it
spot.
all the way back.
Yeah. It gets
Nice
more
one.
more points as the game goes on.
Okay, riffers.
Lady, right now you are bigger
it's
than Jesus.
The final round.
I always knew it.
Well, Well, what?
Seriously?
Ugh, not allowed to go off of there.
Well,
Well, what?
It's go time, Mama Jama. Into your riff now.
Yeah, I don't know.
There is the riff for me.
That's true, but then you're putting your fate in the hands of, I don't know, randomness.
We're all waiting.
well,
Well, what?
Are we doing this threesome or what?
well,
Well, what?
Am I allowed to vote now?
well,
Well, what?
Ah, my wedding night.
Hey, Mike.
Mike.
Yeah, that would be a pick a riff.
well,
Well, what?
Gilligan wouldn't crash the boat.
well,
Well, what?
Are you going to go find the rest of my pants?
Kid.
well,
Well, what?
I'm not gonna be the one to tell Kaiji he's adopted.
Favorite? Vote now.
Oh, MST3K is in the chat.
Shit.
Really?
Hi,
Take your
MST3K.
time.
Well, CM Soul at least give to them a sub.
Quietly.
Who knows if they're really here?
Oh, that's true. I
I'll
hadn't
keep.
considered.
Oh, CM Sully says yes,
Oh.
they're here.
Hi, MST3K. We're big fans.
Hey,
I have been a
MST.
massive fan since I was young. I got to visit the set when I was a boy.
Oh my god, so jealous.
Nick gets another one.
Good.
Hell yeah.
Well done, Lanny.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna put him up and above in the lead.
Hey, he's been to the set. He has an advantage.
I do. I got the
And
got the magic
the
on.
winner is.
I got to help promote the last Kickstarter when I reviewed the first issue of the comic.
Oh, thank you.
Lanny.
Oh, thank you very much.
Curse you, Lanny.
You couldn't chat, huh?
Oh my God.
I
We
don't think.
we might have follower only mode on or something.
Oh, that's right. That we usually do that to get.
Ooh, I did the Vegeta score.
Whoa. You did.
All right, just this once, I'll turn off followers only mode. What if we get?
Well, I mean, they're clearly followed now. So.
Well, I'll free it up because now even non-followers can vote. All right,
MST3K. I've been watching season 13. It's fantastic. Thank you for all the work that you guys. And obviously, you are the Twitch channel, but thank you for promoting the show and everything.
Let me go ahead and quit the game so I can change some of the settings. We'll keep it on Rider Riff. You thinking 90 seconds too long?
60 or 75 is probably fine.
I'll go for
think so,
75. I'll even up the vote input time for 45 for chat. All right.
What are the more options?
More options would be just the general options for the game.
Ah, okay.
And I don't think I'd change anything here. Do we want the clip to repeat itself the first time?
I think that helped actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, especially with some, we need like just a minute to think about it.
All right.
It helps, keeps the visual in your mind.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, start the
It gives
game.
you one to rehearse and then one to actually figure it out.
And I'll send
All right,
chat
gather your
over
friends,
to take
catch
a
a
look
Rifftrax
at my
back in
hold
and
screen for
enter
just
your
a
room
sec
code.
while we get everyone into the room. But I'll let you guys keep listening to me talk. So don't say the code out loud.
Isn't that what Dr. Ted Nelson said to his wife when he touched the toad? roast in The Incredible Melting Man?
I don't know.
Well, there's a
All right,
party
good.
tonight
Achka
on
reference.
Haunted Hill.
All right.
Vincent Price and
And now, two people from the audience quickly join us. Go to Rifftrax. Oh God, I already messed it up. Rifftrax.games
Games.
and enter the room code.
That's Rifftrax.
Imagine if MST3K was able to get in on this.
That would be amazing.
There's a big rush in.
Hey,
Yep,
so
I got two of
Straw
my
Hat.
fans in.
Oh,
All right.
hey.
Let's go again. Let's go again.
Do it now. All right.
Hello, aspiring riffers. In
Hello.
Each
Hi,
round
Bridget.
Of writer riff mode,
I'm
a
not
movie
sure I
clip
can
will
skip
play.
this.
Every clip has a spot to write
Can
your
I?
own joke or
Let me
riff,
hit.
as we
What if I
call
hit
it.
this button? Oh, okay.
Kick someone.
Kick me.
I'll just let it play
A
then.
randomly
Kick
assigned
Lanny,
riff
give us
from
a
one
chance
of
to
our own
win.
professional comedy professionals. At a slight point.
You'll only delay the inevitable.
Everyone's riffs are played back, and you vote for your favorite. At the end of all the rounds, the player with the most points wins. Round one.
All right.
Never mind, I'll do it. Never mind, I'll do it.
It's that time again. Enter your riff now.
Oh, that took a bit too long.
Oh, good. We still got another 25 seconds.
It's this dang phone keyboard. You
I
do
like to
not
think-
need the game to play. You just, like Jackbox, you just need to get on rifftrax.games to be able to get in.
Unfortunately, for those playing,
Never mind, I'll do it.
180097 Jenny.
I get it.
Never mind, I'll do it.
I gotta call the Sideburns Anonymous hotline.
Never mind, I'll do it.
Hello, DoorDash? You're too late. Grubhub beat you by a country mile.
Wow.
Never mind, I'll do it.
It takes a sophisticated man to order his pork pizza.
Never mind, I'll do it.
Hi, I need to order a new maid to dial my phone for me.
That's good.
Never mind, I'll do it.
And he eats the phone.
Kevin.
A good riff pick.
Okay, we all had a good laugh. Now time to vote.
I like to think Linkara would be a good Tom Servo and Lanny would be a good Crow.
I would love that.
Good deal.
But who would be Dr. Forrester to show up once in a while?
Taka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That tracks.
And we need TV's Grant.
He's great.
TV's internet's Grant.
TikTok people, TikTok people.
Man, just looking at chat, I'm pretty sure there are two of these are gonna run away with it.
Thanks. Yeah, there he goes. Yeah.
Again.
Stunning work.
Nice use of the sound effect there.
Yep.
I glanced through them enough. I knew where they were.
Round 2.
Sometimes I wish I were a cat, so I wouldn't have to do so much brushing and combing. Sometimes I wish I were a cat, so I wouldn't have to do so much brushing and combing.
Time to bring the funny. Enter your riff now.
All right.
Take your time. I'll just sit here quietly.
Am I Wile E. Coyote?
Sometimes I wish I were a cat, so I wouldn't have to do so much brushing and combing.
And then Mom wouldn't be so mad when I eat my gerbil.
That's great.
I wish I were a cat, so I wouldn't have to do so much brushing and combing.
Have to do a lot more scooting my butt along the floor than normal, though.
Sometimes I wish I were a cat, so I wouldn't have to do so much brushing and combing.
And all the brushing and combing I would do, I could do with my tongue.
Sometimes I wish I were a cat, so I wouldn't have to do so much brushing and combing.
And sometimes I wish Kingdom Hearts would get an anime adaptation, but we can't always get what we want.
Sometimes I wish I were a cat, so I wouldn't have to do so much brushing and combing.
Thunder, thunder, Thundercats, who?
It doesn't carry that kind of.
Cat, so I wouldn't have to do so much brushing and combing.
Oh, who am I kidding? I'll never be invited to the Jellicle Ball.
Time to pick the funniest riff. Vote now.
So I don't know who's who, but we have Safety Gal, Torgo, Ice Cream Bunny, Roller Gator,
Ice Cream Bunny then.
and Man from Harlem?
I think so, yeah.
Oh yeah, Man from Harlem. Total.
Better hurry.
I always keep my eye on the chat to see who MST3K votes for. I'm not seeing votes though.
I saw who they voted for this time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Lanny, slaughtering us.
Let it get to your head.
And you got the one MST3K voted for.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
It's those Minnesota
Okay,
jeans.
riffers. It's the final
Oh, did I
round.
not change the number of rounds, or has it already been
Not
5?
to mention the improvement in Peter's
Only
grades
3.
and Dash's
Huh.
too. Having the internet in our home has had a great impact on our
Oh
lives.
god, this I've seen this before.
Not to mention the improvement in Peter's grades and Dash's too. Having the internet in our home has had a great impact on our lives.
Hard mode. You can't use a porn joke.
Are you the next top riffer? Enter your riff.
Watch me.
I was tempted to do a porn joke, but your rule helped make the decision for me of what I was going with.
I wish one of the characters was a talking cat. Anyone else watching season 13?
I haven't had a chance to yet.
I like it.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
I ran out of time, and I
No.
had too many ideas,
Not to
and I
mention
couldn't
the
figure out which one
improvement
to
in
go
Peter's
with.
grades, and Dasha's too. Having the internet in our home has had a great impact on our lives.
They've found so many new ways to hack their grades.
Not to mention the improvement in Peter's grades, and Dasha's too. Having the internet in our home has had a great impact on our lives.
Although I'm getting kind of sick of the kids marathoning Dragon Ball Z abridged.
That's just bad parenting. You shouldn't let your kids
Not
do
to
that.
mention the improvement in Peter's grades.
I just
and
thought of a
Dasha's
great one too.
Having the internet in our home has had a great impact on our lives.
Great in the sense of Great Depression great.
Bill.
Not to mention the improvement in Peter's grades, and Dasha's too. Having the internet in our home has had a great impact on our lives.
We all worship Harry Knowles now.
A lot of pick a riff.
Not to mention the improvement in Peter's grades, and Dasha's too. Having the internet in our home has had a great impact on our lives.
Little Billy can't get enough of it. We barely see him anymore.
Not to mention the improvement in Peter's grades, and Dasha's too. Having the internet in our home has had a great impact on our lives.
It's helped me find buyers for all my used panties.
Got a favorite riff? Vote now.
I
That counted
just
as a sex joke.
the one that came to my mind after hitting submit was we can now find better names for our daughter other than Dasha.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sad I didn't use it.
I was thinking that too, honestly.
Did you hear Ray Palpatine's parents have been named officially now?
Oh God, no! What are their names?
It's spelled with a D. Dathan, instead of Nathan. Dathan and Miramir, I believe.
Miramir? That just makes you think of Tolkien.
I like Dathan.
I mean, honestly, better than Sheev.
I can't be stopped!
Champion riff.
Oh, but that was purely the audience, though.
What?
I liked it too.
Thank you, Martin.
A distant
See,
third.
someone has found a good use for the internet.
I
I wonder.
What? Oh, thank you. Oh, I want to thank the Academy, MST3K. Voting for me just means the world to me. Actually, it honestly does. That's a
Wow,
huge...
yeah. Nice one.
Hey, I got into third
Just
with that, though.
eclipse-
How was my score lower than last time? I got 0 points on the first round from the last one.
All right.
Maybe more people voting.
I think we have to
guess, yeah.
deprive Nick of his power by maybe switching over to the pick-a-riff for a round.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. My powers have grown too great. But we do
And
have
the
to
last
back
time-
Pick a
up.
riff
I love this.
round work.
It's like Cards Against Humanity, and when you put them down, you actually get them voiced by the MST3K crew.
Smizzy, I'm not forgetting about you either.
Let's see, pick a riff. Let's go for.
Probably don't need as much input.
Yeah,
time
I'll
for
leave it
picking
at 60, just so you can mull it over. And if we all put ours in fast enough, then it already stops.
Now, did you want more rounds? You seem to imply you wanted
Yeah.
5 rounds.
Well, I'll leave it at. I'll take it to 4 this time.
Yeah, well, let's. Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I won't go to
4
full.
seems like a
I won't go over 5. I definitely want like 5 and above to be when we're writing the riffs. All right, and I'll switch you guys over to the standby screen. And luckily this time I don't have to moderate it. All right, and then I'll flip this back.
Lord of the Bangs.
Sorry. When Martin came in, I just heard the Coily the Spring Sprite ring noise.
All right, and let's begin.
Springs. I love you, Coily.
Hello, Riffers. In each round,
Hi.
pick a riff
How
mode.
does Coily
A
fit
movie
into
clip
God's
will play.
plan for us?
Every clip
It's
has a
Coily's
spot
Army
to
of
write your own
Darkness.
joke or riff, as we call
I used
it.
to be able to quote
You'll
that
be
entire
assigned
riff.
6 random
It's
riffs,
amazing.
and you'll need to pick
It's
which one of your
fantastic,
riffs is
easily
the
one of my
funniest
favorites.
one. Don't like any of your riffs? Once per game, you can swap them out for a new set. After you make your selection, everyone's riffs are played back, and you vote for your favorite. At the end of all the rounds, the player with the most points wins. Round 1.
It's not my arm, it's not my eye. It's not my face. It's not my arm, it's not my eye. It's not my face.
Time to bring the funny. Enter your riff now.
So we've got Ice Cream Bunny, Martian from Santa Claus Conquers the Martian, Safety Lass? I forget.
Safety Woman.
Safety Woman. Then it's the music. Oh.
Mr. B Natural.
It's not my eye.
Yeah.
It's not
That's who I
my
am.
face.
Or my bowels.
That's good.
That one fit very well.
It's not my arm, it's not my eye. It's not my face.
Young George Clooney's first on-set.
It's not my arm, it's not my eye. It's not my face.
Ask Alexa.
It's not my arm, it's not my eye. It's not my face.
When juice fasting goes awry.
Yep.
It's not my arm, it's not my eye. It's not my face.
All this sexy lounging is exhausting.
These are good.
It's not my arm, it's not my eye. It's not my face.
It's a tasteful nude sketch of Rue McClanahan.
Here we go again. Time to vote.
Blanche!
Coily again.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to run away with this one.
We're
One
all
problem
waiting.
with this system is that you're limited by what they give you.
Mm-hmm.
You have to
You're
think
not
creatively.
and you're not entirely sure what the delivery is going to be either.
Juice
Right.
fasting won the MST3K
Well, look at
vote.
this hot shot.
Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say that one had to be the winner. That was like
Yeah.
the delivery on that one was too good.
Too
Yep.
solid.
I like that one.
Thank you.
But curse you for beating me.
Round 2.
Hey, no, Tilly, shush.
How often do we really look at grass?
So much.
Too much.
How often do we really look at grass?
It's go time, Mama Jama.
I look at it a lot,
Your
but I
riff
rarely
now.
touch it.
These are all awful.
Ooh, I actually got a few that could work here.
debating using my reshuffle my riffs.
How often do we
It's
really
tempting.
look at grass?
Ladies and gentlemen, Carrot Top.
How often do we really look at grass?
God, we're all blind now. Fantastic.
How often do we really look at grass?
Because it's witch cursed? Duh.
How often do we really look at grass?
Industrial Light and Magic, you've done it again.
I can tell we struggled with this one a bit.
Pretty good.
How often do we really look at grass?
The more markers you huff, the better it looks.
That's
How
great.
often do we really look at grass?
It's dumb and it sucks.
Time to pick the funniest riff. Vote now.
Yeah, I think we know who wins this one.
Yeah, one number definitely seems to be dominating chat.
I like that the riffs are all displayed on VHS tapes.
Yeah. I like that one of them's clearly a Blockbuster video box.
Oh, yeah.
That was a rough one.
Yeah, I struggled with my selections. Oh my god.
We can't even stop him when he didn't even write the riff! Oh god, 5,000!
That's insane.
That's more than double the lead points.
Round 3.
I found my game.
Jesus Christ, again.
Where am I?
What the?
Welcome to Fun in Balloon Land. May I take your order?
My goodness, where am I?
Yeah, if you've never seen Fun in Balloon Land, it's an experience.
Yeah.
That child's delivery is
Take
magical.
a deep breath.
Oh my goodness.
Enter your riff.
I'm getting new riffs.
I probably should have gotten new riffs, but I think this one will work.
I did, and I think I shouldn't have.
Lanny, Mystery Science 3000 just kidnapped you and shot you into space to write season 14.
Thank you. Contact my agent. I would gladly help.
Time's almost up.
Honestly, that would be a dream.
Likewise, I would actually...
Being on the show more so, but...
Yeah.
Where am I?
All known laws of decency everywhere were broken that day, but they were still proud.
My goodness, where am I?
These early Jackass episodes.
This is a much better selection so far.
My goodness, where am I?
I heard that on every first date I've ever been on.
My goodness, where am I?
I was gonna feast on your innards.
My goodness, where am I?
Look, a dead whale.
Oh.
Not inaccurate. I mean, it.
I think it's a giant walrus, but yeah.
Looks like a walrus.
My goodness, where am I?
Oh, I know.
Okay, we all had a good laugh. Now time to vote.
This one is a bit more variety in chat.
Yeah.
Couple dominating though.
That
I know which
Jackass
one I'm
one.
voting for.
Yeah, no, the Jackass one is good.
It fit very well.
Yeah.
But don't let that color your votes, audience.
Audience has already voted by the time they're hearing this.
Go, go,
In that case, yes, color the voting.
Ah.
There you go.
Check out the riffing skills on this guy.
And yet...
Yes! Oh. Let's see if I can take it back somehow.
You have one more round.
I meant with this.
Just
Opa!
barely.
Still up there.
Whew.
Well, there's no shame in being second to the best.
The final.
One more round, though. Who knows?
Really need to have good cards for this.
The monster is ripping the building apart. We've got to stop it, but how?
I don't know. How are we supposed to make fun of anime? That seems like a tall order.
How are we doing that?
We do such a thing.
The monster is ripping the building apart. We've got to stop it, but how?
It's that time again. Enter your riff now.
Mine probably won't get many votes, but I'm happy with it.
I don't know.
I went for a selection of new riffs, but not by that much better than the first round or first selection.
Yeah, I'm going with the one that I think fits the best, but I don't think it's the best fit.
So wait, this is like a live-action anime crossover.
The monster is ripping the building
like it,
apart.
yeah.
We've got to stop it, but how?
We don't know what the hell we're doing, frankly.
Yep.
The monster is ripping the building apart. We've got to stop it, but how?
Get off my son!
The monster is ripping the building apart. We've got to stop it, but how?
I have many parasites.
That's not bad.
The monster is ripping the building apart. We've got to stop it, but how?
And yet when I say that to a friend's baby, I'm the bad guy.
The monster is ripping the building apart. We've got to stop it, but how?
Let's grow old and bitter together.
The monster is ripping the building apart. We've got to stop it, but how?
Yeah, right, buddy. You wish.
Here we go again. Time to vote.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yep.
There's one of these running away.
I'm winning if this one's for all the marbles.
And it might be you might hold on to your spot.
It's possible, but I don't think mine is good enough to hit top 3 material for people voting.
No, as for the movie itself, I can't remember. I want to say this like because I remember hearing about the story of this thing. Like, it's either a Korean one or just a weird experiment.
Huh. Yeah, I've never seen anything like that. Hey,
Yep.
There you go.
I don't know how many points is that.
Okay, might.
Oh, that's enough to immediately put you in first.
That's more than my score total.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Coming in the clutch.
I think that shot me into 3rd place.
I forgot you get more points the further it goes.
And the winner is...
Oh, okay.
Oh!
Nice.
Just edged it out.
And we have a winner.
Yeah, let's see
Bravo,
that
sir.
scoreboard.
Thank you. I have dethroned later.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go. Yeah,
Wow.
there we go.
That shot me into
100.
3rd place.
Very nice, very nice. It was closely contended. That was fun. I like that.
Oh yeah.
Do we want to do that again, or do we want to go back to write a riff?
I can keep going with this mode. It's fair to everybody else.
All right. I guess I have to wait for it to just run. Oh, wait, there we go. Let me switch this over to the hold screen just in case the room code doesn't change.
Mom, Lanny's being too funny.
Oh, I can't click anything.
Oh.
Vegetables.
Ready to rip?
Go.
Go.
Well, there's a party
I do
tonight
recommend
on
season
Haunted
13 of
Hill.
MST3K to anyone who's on the
Going-
fence because I've been watching that show for like about part of like close to 3 decades now, and I think it's.
Is it still on Netflix?
No,
No,
it's
on the Gizmoplex, their own
Yeah.
website and
okay.
streaming thing. Yeah, Netflix did their standard thing of only 2 seasons.
All
I'll
right.
have to check it out. 'Cause I have always loved MST3K. It's been my favorite show
Hello,
since I was a
Riffers.
child.
In each round of Pick a Riff mode, a movie clip will play.
If you can't
Every
tell
clip
by the
has a
fact
spot
that
to
I-
write your own joke, or riff as we call it. You'll be assigned 6 random riffs, and you'll need to pick which one of your riffs is the funniest one. Don't like
I used to
any
write
of your
MST3K
riffs?
fan
Once per
fiction.
game, you can swap them out for a new set.
I tried to do that as a little kid.
After you make your
Although I did
selection,
make my own
everyone's
MST3K fan
riffs are
film
played back, and you vote
right
for
out of
your
high
favorite.
school.
Wow.
At the end of all the rounds, the player with the most points
It was not
wins.
that great.
No, don't encourage a Mike or Joel debate in the chat. That never ends well.
Now then,
Oh dear.
can you remember all the things that happened in the story? Now then, can you remember all the things that happened in the story?
You've seen the clip? Now enter your riff.
I got a good selection here.
Yeah.
Now then, can you remember all the things that happened in the story?
I'm the last thing you'll ever see, kid.
Yep.
Okay, that's it.
Now then, can you remember all the things that happened in the story?
This is why you don't fall asleep on the city bus.
Now then, can you remember all the things that happened in the story?
Something Robert De Niro got asked a lot on the set of Little Fockers.
That's great.
Now then, can you remember all the things that happened in the story?
Someone didn't study for the test.
Wow, these are all good.
Now then,
Oh, Rifftrax is in the chat.
Oh, hey, Rifftrax.
Rifftrax.
Hey, Rifftrax.
Okay, how about we don't do that and you simply die instead?
Oh,
These are all
God,
good.
they're all so good.
So good.
Now then, can you remember all the things that happened in the story?
I hate things I don't know about.
The riffs are in. Time
These
to
are
vote.
great.
Rifftrax is here. We have to go back to live writing now.
3 more rounds of this, and then I'll
I
let you
know.
cream us for another hour and write for
No
riff.
guarantee. There's no guarantee. Just probabilities.
Yeah, sadly, my riffing style of throwing everything at the wall is not going to avail me here.
Lanny wants to audition. I think we all would want to audition for either Rifftrax or MST, honestly.
Well, hey, these guys are funny. I can practice law, so just keep that in mind.
Yeah, he can copyright our jokes.
Hey!
That was a good one.
Yep.
That was a good one. See there, Quinn.
Smoke screen!
We are not legal professionals. That is fair.
Okay, a modest start. A modest start.
Well done. This was good.
That was a really good round.
Fantastic
Yeah, I think
round.
I think
You do that through an internet service provider. An internet service provider? What's that?
I want this to be right, a riff. I have to admit.
An internet service provider? What's that?
I love the kid in the background just spiking the camera.
Are you the next top riffer? Enter your riff.
All right. I think my one golden ticket has been spent on round 1, so let's see how this goes.
You do that through an internet service provider. An internet service provider? What's that?
All the things you failed to do.
You do that through an internet service provider. An internet service provider? What's that?
I believe you're in what we call a legal gray area.
Not wrong.
You do that through an internet service provider. An internet service provider? What's that?
Well, TLDR, but still.
You do that through an internet service provider. An internet service provider? What's that?
I knew Arizona State had low standards, but this is ridiculous.
You do that through an internet service provider. An internet service provider? What's that?
It's what I deserve.
You do that through an internet service provider. An internet service provider? What's that?
I hate job interviews like this.
Time to place your vote, fellow riffers.
Oh, man.
Alright, apologies, stream. I'm going to mess with the volume just a bit. Gonna turn myself a little down. Turn the desktop a little up. We'll see how that shakes out.
Now would be a good time to vote.
Is a dud.
Man, audio, you're doing good.
That was a good one. I like the.
That was great, yeah.
Yeah, you're doing good here, Quinn.
Now, but
Let's stand
Nick
back!
pulls away.
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm just so
Watch him
proud.
get more points than all of us
Downtown!
combined. Yep.
There it is.
More than
Sometimes
double
you just
my
get
score.
the right card in the right situation, but if you have the right card on the last game,
Round 3.
We're having a
Riff Tracks,
blast,
we
Riff
are
Tracks.
all having fun
hell
so
yeah,
far.
absolutely loving it. I was made for this game.
This guy's back.
Really, Whistle, here to haunt your dreams.
I want you to meet some friends of mine.
Ooh, Mr. DNA.
Time to bring the funny. Enter your riff now.
I gotta swap it up.
There was one I'm tentative on, but it's either that or I swap the whole thing out.
Rifftrax, everyone's favorite police apologist, Willie Whistle.
Actually,
Oh.
this one's really going to depend on the
I
delivery.
want you to meet some friends of
Yeah.
mine.
All
My
whistles
dinner
are
parties,
best.
I say that to all my guests.
That's yeah.
That's
there you go.
appropriate.
I
That
want
works.
you to meet some friends of mine.
Yet when I say that to the TSA agent, they pull me aside for a special screening.
I want you to meet some friends of mine.
Unemployable.
I want you to meet some friends of mine.
Ha ha! And he screamed and screamed and screamed.
I want you to meet some friends of mine.
He's recounting this later from a jail cell, I assume.
Another good round.
I want you to meet some friends of mine.
I am bigger than Jesus.
That would have been a couple rounds ago when we were playing with
Vote
Jesus.
now.
Yeah.
I like to think Willie the Whistle said that about himself.
feel like I think number 2 is going to run away with this one.
Seems like it.
Likewise.
It looks like 5's getting a lot of audience votes.
I think 2's getting more, though.
2 does get quite a few there.
But 5, guys, come on.
I'm not shouting out my number.
People, TikTok
It was one of my
people.
votes.
Yeah, I voted for 5. Ooh.
All right.
Yay!
I chose it because it was like super fitting for the thing. It was like, whatever.
It was all a deception.
Quinn.
Well played, good Riffer.
Go, Quinn.
The round is yours.
Well,
Give me
dude,
that
nice
top
one.
spot
Well,
back.
I'm at the bottom. My favorite thing.
Okay,
Last one
Riffers,
takes it all.
It's the final round.
Yeah, watch one person get 8,000 in just one round.
Uncle Chan, you couldn't have come at a better time.
I'm glad
Uncle
this isn't
Chan,
a self-right because
you
you're not
couldn't have
allowing
come at a
dirty
better
answers.
It's that time again. Enter your riff now.
I hope the emphasis is on the right word in this one.
Oh, crap.
Oh, he stumbles at the finish.
Yeah. I reset my list.
Got a Solar Borer, and this is a Godfrey Ho movie? I can believe it.
I'm torn between 2 of them.
We got 15 seconds to choose.
Quick, Martin,
let's
give me
get
a number,
players
1 or
into
2.
10.
TikTok people.
Uncle Chan, you couldn't have come at a better time.
Now with extra meat.
We need someone to treat. Uncle Chan, you couldn't have come at a better time.
No good story starts that way.
Uncle Chan, you couldn't have come at a better time.
But it was a mistake to marry you. I know. I'm sorry.
Uncle Chan, you couldn't have come at a better time.
We'll need a lot more doughy men for this.
Doughy guys.
Uncle Chan, you couldn't have come at a better time.
Could I just lightly kill you?
Uncle Chan, you couldn't have come at a better time.
It's time for my sponge bath.
Got your favorite?
good,
Vote
too.
now.
A lot of people like the doughy man.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
Doughy men are in this year.
Buttery
Doughy guys.
This one seems to be pretty widely split among the audience, though. Getting a whole lot of numbers.
We shall see. We shall see.
In about 5
We're
seconds.
all waiting.
I'll see if I can hold on to second place.
I won a single round. I am happy.
There you go.
Alright. Okay, alright, that's fair.
Not bad.
That was good.
Yes, thank you, Martin. It was that or something about hoodies.
Oh,
See if I
no,
can
was
hold
Lenny
on
taking
to-
it?
See if I can hold on to second place. Or no, Vincent
The
first!
high score.
Take the whole thing!
Or that may not
Nice
be
one.
enough.
Might
Let's
not,
see.
but we'll see.
But I'm pretty sure you solidly grabbed second, if not first.
I think I was already in
the
second.
winner is...
Hey! The lawyer man makes a funny. I'm done with the
Remember,
funny.
there are no losers here.
Way to go.
People who didn't win.
Quinn, you're writing Hiffle now.
Oh god, no. I just pick among jokes I am given.
Congratulations.
Ah, the Kaiser treatment.
Alright. Let's take this back out. You're gonna...
Thank you again to Rifftrax and MST3K for stopping by the stream.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Now let's show ourselves off to them with a rider riff.
Oh boy.
Oh god, too much pressure!
Alright, so this one will be 5 rounds. I'll kick this back up to 75.
I perform better under pressure.
I
think. I don't know. We'll find out.
And I think that's it. So I'll flip on
All
the
right.
full screen. Start game.
Time to make movies money with Rifftrax the game.
Yeah, the 3K and Rifftrax accounts are just noticing each other now.
That's nice.
Hey, Matt.
Worldwide?
Oh, Worldwide Wimpy gets in again. Alright.
Man's quick on the keyboard.
I remember the days when we
do
were
this.
playing Jackbox frequently, and it was always a
Hello,
race to get into those few audience
Each
slots.
round of writer
Time
riff
to focus
mode,
up.
a movie clip will play.
Oh, wait, never mind. They're gonna
Every
talk.
clip
first.
Yeah,
has
no,
a
it's
spot
the
to write your own
same-
joke or riff, as we
There
call
probably
it.
is a way to skip
If you're
it, but I
stuck,
don't see
you
it.
can choose a randomly assigned riff
Maybe on
from
your
one of
phone
our
or
own
something, or on your
professional
browser?
comedy professionals.
It's not on my
At a
browser,
slight point
and when I
Everyone's
pause it, it
riffs
just wants
are
me to quit the
played back,
game.
and you vote for your
Okay.
favorite.
It's
Oh,
fine.
player
At the
one
end
can
of all
skip
the
it,
rounds,
apparently.
The player
I'm
with
not
the most
player one,
points
then.
wins.
On their device. Ah, okay.
Well, Teresa
Round
won anyway.
one.
It's nice to hear Bridget talk.
Kill and destroy. Kill and destroy all humans. Kill and destroy. Kill and destroy all humans.
Okay. Take a deep breath and enter your riff.
I gotta get that riff.
Ooh, oh, I thought it was Torgo for a second. Linkara's Torgo again.
It's as it should be.
Yes,
Take
you're
your
the ice
time.
cream bunny.
Just sit here quietly.
Waiting for moderator.
Especially appropriate because I reviewed on Late Night Double Feature the
Here we go.
sequel and prequel to Manos.
Kill and destroy. Kill and destroy all humans.
Don't forget to look between the cushions.
Kill and destroy. Kill and destroy all humans.
Ah, the 2024 Republican presidential campaign slogan.
Political,
but I think it's
risky.
funny.
Kill and destroy. Kill and destroy all humans.
Elon Musk must have all.
Kill and destroy. Kill and destroy all humans.
Make them regret not evolving into the third dimension.
That's great.
Kill and destroy. Kill and destroy all humans.
And then, we can go to McDonald's.
Oh, okay. Not an expected result.
Kill and destroy. Kill and destroy all humans.
Poor bastard thinks those bats are humans.
The riffs are in. Time to vote.
4 definitely has the chat's approval.
4 is pretty strong.
You got it, MSD3K's approval.
The 4 is strong with this one.
Oh, the Beppo! The Beppo's in chat! Did you stay warm, Beppo?
Take your time. I'll just sit here quietly.
Gotta stay strong in the early rounds. Gotta warm up.
Here we go.
But it was I!
Very strong, Quinn. Very good.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, my political joke didn't alienate me completely.
It was good.
Too real, Martin. Too real.
How with the test?
That's the only one I'll do. Wait, what?
Oh, God.
How with the test?
Oh my God!
I didn't even need a riff. Their expressions are perfect.
Yeah, everyone's immediately thinking of The Room. Lanny's thinking, which is dangerous.
But he may run out of time. Damn.
No.
It's almost up.
Yeah.
Come
I'm
on,
not sure on my
Ziltoid.
answer, but I think it sounds amusing.
Ziltoid, you got 2 seconds?
You got it!
How with the test?
Well, if we graded on a curve, you'd both be positive.
How with the test?
Let me put it this way. You ever see the miniseries Chernobyl?
Nasty.
How with the test?
Well, it appears you're expecting a bunch.
How with
so
the
shocked.
test?
It turned out my gaydar was wrong all along.
We're not gay.
Freezing on that
test?
frame is pretty good.
I'm sorry. It turns out you're a bland white couple.
How with the test?
I'm afraid it's a Travolta.
Okay, we all had a good laugh. Now time to vote.
I do love the chat integration.
Yeah, the chat integration's great. I like it better than the Jackbox thing where they have to all be on the app.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's way better this way.
But let's face it, this is the kind of thing that would be streamed by a lot of people.
Yes.
Better hurry.
Yes, everybody stream it.
Please. Nice one.
Alright.
Of course.
It helped because I remembered he was in that movie.
Nice.
The blandest, whitest guy got this joke.
Yep.
Look, you write what you know, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you took the top
Like,
spot.
again, with the
Sometimes.
political stuff of everyone votes for bland white people.
Round
Oh my God.
Here we go.
You mean you'll work on engines and machinery and not think of your own personal safety? Here. Shake hands with danger.
What?
Doo-doo.
Shake hands with danger.
That was kind of too complete
you
of
mean
a
you'll work
clip.
on engines and machinery and
Yeah,
not think
that's
of your
quite a
own
bit.
personal safety? Here. Shake hands with danger.
It's go time, Mama Jama. Enter your riff now.
Yeah.
All right. See how that treats it.
Oh dear.
You mean you'll work on engines and machinery and not think of your own personal safety? Here. Shake hands with danger.
Just make sure you put on gloves before you touch my penis again.
The pig?
What?
You mean you'll work on engines and machinery and not think of your own personal
I think some people
safety?
are just testing the sounds.
Here. Shake hands with danger.
Hello people of 2050, hope you still watching this crap.
I probably will be.
You mean you'll work on engines and machinery and not think of your own personal safety? Here. Shake hands with danger.
I would, but danger never washes his hands.
Shake hands with danger.
You mean you'll work on engines and machinery and not think of your own personal safety? Here. Shake hands with danger.
Capitalism's new old flavor.
Oh, the bomb.
You mean you'll work on engines and machinery and not think of your own personal safety? Here. Shake hands with danger.
But he didn't wash first.
Ah, the wash hands are now split
You
the
mean
vote.
you'll work on engines
Oh,
and
boy.
machinery and not think of your own personal safety? Here. Shake hands with danger.
This here wrench is responsible for 2 9/11s and 3 of my
Oh my
5
God.
divorces.
Time to place your vote, fellow riffers.
All the other ones are kind of like tame compared to that last one.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna eke it out.
I wonder if you would put a slash in there if the guy would have said 9/11s.
Unclear.
Go, go, go. Move, move, move.
So sadly, mine has a horrific typo in it.
Thanks. I knew it would be.
Get
like-
Get cocky.
Get back on that top spot.
Mart and I were on the same wavelength.
Yeah, we sure were.
Now it's time to hold tight to that bronze medal.
Maybe I'm a little old-fashioned, but I happen to think a man ought to protect his wife.
Ooh.
Maybe I'm a little old-fashioned, but I happen to think a man ought to protect his wife.
You've seen the clip? Now enter your riff.
I'm not gonna go dark. I like that that guy's like probably from the mid 20th century and is like thinking that being old fashioned is taking care of his wife. Like, I don't know if that is necessarily true.
Well, sadly, that whole short has issues.
Oh, really? I haven't seen it.
Say with me, chat. Roast beef? What are we, millionaires?
Yep.
Go, go, go. Move, move, move.
Maybe I'm a little old-fashioned, but I happen to think a man ought to protect his wife.
I won't let her shake hands with danger.
Very brilliant. Very
Brilliant.
strong.
Old-fashioned, but I happen to think a man ought to protect his wife.
Dude, I think you misunderstood the moral of John Wick.
Maybe I'm a little old-fashioned, but I happen to think a man ought to protect his wife.
And that wife give a little old-fashioned, if ya know what I mean. Right, other men.
Right, other men.
Maybe I'm a little old-fashioned, but I happen to think a man ought to protect his wife.
That's why we wrestle every night. And one of these days I'm gonna win.
He never wins.
Maybe I'm a little old-fashioned, but I happen to think a man ought to protect his wife.
I mean, if the Supreme Court won't, who will?
Oh.
Back to politics.
Wow.
Maybe I'm a little old-fashioned, but I happen to think a man ought to protect his wife.
Isn't that right, 1950s Colin Firth?
That's your favorite? Vote now.
Man, there's some good ones. The callback, yeah, that's nailed it.
The callback is super strong. Callback is always powerful. I'm just hoping to hold on to enough points to be able to eke it out in the next round.
Is there a lack of confidence in your joke?
Hurry.
Ooh.
I'm very confident in my joke. Because this wouldn't be a double feature with Shake Hands with Danger and a normal riff.
Ooh.
Thanks.
I accept. How dare you, though?
Here we go.
Linkara!
Check out the riffing skills on this guy.
Let's see, going from the bottom to the top.
Wow, what a comeback.
All right, I held on to second place. I'll take it.
One more round.
Okay, riffers, it's the final round.
How are you feeling?
Oh, man.
Oh, that's a little to go off of.
How are you feeling?
It's go time, Mama Jama. Enter your riff now. TikTok people, TikTok people.
5 seconds. Hey, there you go.
Sweet.
That was a pain.
I thought of a better one just now.
How are you feeling?
Perfectly fine. Why did you wrap me in bandages, Dr. Nick?
How are you feeling?
Fine, I just spilled ketchup on my arm.
Oh, the vote. It will be split.
How are you feeling?
Man, everything everywhere all at once just hits different, you know.
Wow.
It's not how I expected that to sound. Wow! Wow!
How are you feeling?
Well, that's the last time I shake hands with danger, that's for sure.
I was kind of expecting another one.
How are you feeling?
Like I just lost 3 straight rounds of Rifftrax, the game to Lanny Pator.
You lose.
How are you feeling?
I am the hype.
I am.
Time to pick
To
the
be fair, that
funniest
is the
riff.
arm Vegeta
Vote
keeps
now.
getting busted.
The audience is
enjoy
pretty
this.
scattered on this one.
I did enjoy the crowd laughter at the end of the fucking callback. it wouldn't have been as funny without it.
Yeah.
The crowd laughter was like the unnecessary punctuation, I think.
Yep.
Now would be a good time to vote.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, look at this
Oh.
hot shot.
The crowd laughter was the only thing that kept it up there.
Yep.
I needed to make sure that sound effect existed.
Well played, sir. Well played.
Congratulations on the accuracy, Martin.
Yes.
Surprise, surprise.
Did Rifftrax and MST3K leave?
Good one.
Well played.
Thank you, thank you.
One more? Actually, it's only 8:30.
MST3K.
Hey!
All right.
Do another round of the card game
Yeah.
one. Round it out.
Oh, if you want. I mean, we have enough time to do another writer riff if you want. Yeah, keep forgetting I have to do this with arrow keys.
Good for another writer riff.
I'm down.
Do we want to do an audience poll, see what they want?
You know what?
Let's do the
Sure, I
fans
think I
thing.
can do that. Let's do a poll.
I need
What
to go
you
pee
guys
real
want?
quick.
What's your favorite MST3K episode, Linkara?
It tends to get split, like usually between like Puma Man and Space Mutiny,
Hell yeah.
and sometimes a Screaming Skull.
Screaming Skull's great. That host segment where Mike is just choosing the golf clubs to hit
Yeah.
Crow with is one of the best ones ever.
Partner it up.
Before I
with
go,
the
my
gummy
my
shorts.
favorite is Pod People.
Pod People's great. That also
Pod People's
has...
good.
I think Pod People has across the board the best like host segment. Like each host segment is fucking great. Like, and then you end with Clown in the Sky, which is beautiful.
All right, audience, it's in your hands. If you open up the poll on Twitch chat, you can tell us to either write riffs or pick riffs. It's up to you.
Agent for Harm has my favorite individual riff. That's Adam Chance getting on his motorcycle and riding towards the airplane. Stop, or your propeller will grind me to hamburger. It's just something about his
Agent for
delivery,
Harm, you...
like that's supposed to be threatening.
I love it. I watched a lot of season 8, season 9 episodes, so I think like Final Sacrifice is probably up there for me. But I also like there are some underappreciated ones that I really love. I really like Operation 007, the Neil Connery movie.
Yep, that was
And-
I
good.
return.
Welcome back. And I also
Season
like
8, I don't think there's a single bad one in the bunch.
mm,
And it was basically, and it was the time in the Sci-Fi Channel years were when I could actually start regularly watching MST3K.
Sci-Fi was
Got
the first time that the UK got MST3K. We didn't have it till then, so that was my
Ah.
introduction.
I started watching in the Comedy Central days, but I was too young to actually like remember when the show was on.
I was watching in the sci-fi days.
Yep,
Those were good times.
they were.
I also really like Codename Diamond Head.
Mitchell is another fun one. Ega. I have a lot of fond memories of Ega with Richard Keel.
Watch
I accuse my parents. just the aw shucks quality of the kid and his stupid essay. I hate that every time in the movie when they're like praising his essay and then you actually hear it. It's like this is the most boring, bland, pathetic thing, and everyone's like treating it like it's a freaking like Game of Thrones novel or something.
Crucial.
Looks like Write a Riff has won.
Yes, by 24 votes, Write a Riff has taken it. Anything about these settings you would like me to change?
I'm fine with the same.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
That was good.
All right, let's get rid of that. Move you guys over to the standby screen.
I love Prince of Space.
Oh, Prince of Space! You scum!
You scum! You jerk!
You got some stones to talk to me like that.
I like it very much.
I like it very much.
Well, there's a party tonight.
You like cram school.
Scare the crap out of me anyway.
You like cram school very much.
D Japan, bite me. Love Prince of Space.
I love Jack Frost as well. Jack Frost is really good.
Just the entire segment when Jack Frost finally shows up, just gold after gold after gold with each
I'm
riff.
from Wisconsin. I've seen plenty of this. Can I go?
Eat lead, Spring.
All right, so Linkara, just keep an eye on your browser because you should have the ability to skip the tutorial.
All right.
Hello, aspiring riffers.
Just says
In
new to the
each
game,
round
pay
of
attention to
Write a
learn how to
Riff
play.
A movie
Alright.
clip will play.
Hmm.
Every clip
Who's
has a spot to write your own joke or riff, as we call it. If you're stuck,
Weird.
you can choose a randomly assigned riff from one of our own professional comedy professionals. At a slight
Oh, yes.
It's a short enough tutorial.
Everyone's
Giant
riff
spider
is
invasion.
laid
That's a
back,
really
and
good
you
one.
Vote for your favorite. At the end of all the rounds,
Fuckers!
the player with the most points wins.
Shout out to the like when it came back. I did love
Round
Reptilicus.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Feels like
Alright.
a
Ooh,
part
I
of my
like
own
this
body.
one.
Feels like a part of my own body.
You've seen the clip? Now enter your riff.
Any love for Laser Blast? There's just a sign that says
Oh my
Star
God.
Wars.
2.5 stars from Leonard Malton.
Space Mutiny, of course, classic.
Laser Blast is great. Eddie Deason in that movie, and he's just bullying the cool jock. It's so weird.
Yeah. Roddy McDowell at a bit part.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Laser Blast is great.
You ready for some football?
Are
I don't think I'm ready for football.
Big, McLarge, huge.
Roll fizzle
Oh.
beef.
Better hurry.
Smoke, man muscle.
Feels like a part of my own body.
Specifically my spine. I had a metal rod surgically implanted there after a horrific football injury.
He was not ready for some football.
Feels like a part of my own body.
He immediately trips and stabs himself to death.
I think I saw that in the trailer for the game.
Feels like a part of my own body.
Like one of my nostril hairs.
I appreciate everyone avoiding the obvious.
And just as sharp too. If you know what I mean.
Too late.
Seriously, it's a problem.
Feels like a part of my own body.
Long, sharp, and fraught with danger.
Kudos for the word fraught.
Well, just watch where you swing it. It's prone to premature casting.
Got a favorite riff? Vote now.
I was like, thank God there are no penis jokes, and then penis joke,
Yep.
penis joke, penis joke.
There was only 2 of them.
No, yeah.
long, sharp, and fraught with danger can be applicable to a lot of things.
It's true. It's true.
Like your toenails.
Yeah.
TikTok people, TikTok people.
Ooh.
Wow.
Well done, Quinn.
Stunning work.
Yeah, but I seem to, much like my joke, I seem to blow my best jokes too early.
Oh no.
Sad, I liked mine.
Thanks.
Round 2.
You don't remember where you got this?
Killers from space.
You don't remember where you got this?
It's that time again. Enter your riff now.
That's got a few good ones.
My problem is I always just throw down the first thing that comes into my brain.
Usually the best thing to go with. Go with your gut. That's what I do.
Yeah, too bad they missed with that scar.
Sorry. Sometimes when I'm moderating, I actually read the whole joke.
Oh, you're able to reject jokes and stuff?
Yeah, if someone, since we're letting audience members in here.
You don't remember how your nipple ended up on X5Y1?
That's great.
That was the one I
math
saw.
joke.
You don't remember where you got this?
Well, no, but in my defense, mathematicians can throw pretty wild parties.
Hey, some math humor.
You don't remember where you got this?
Is this loss?
You don't remember where you got this?
That's your pen dot.
You don't remember where you got this?
We crucified a tiny Jesus upside down on your boob and you forgot.
You don't remember where you got this?
Maybe when I joined that street gang run by Lorenzo Lamas?
Here we go again. Time to vote.
X5Y1.
These were good.
Yeah, no, the X5Y1 is the best.
That's really good. Shocking. Shockingly good.
I tried to go for an understated one this time around.
We're all waiting.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
This
that
one.
Well earned.
Really good. Very
That might-
strong.
Yeah.
Well done, Jupiter.
Hey.
It looks like Jupiter is ascending.
How far did I fall behind? Okay.
Not as far behind as I did. Thank you, audience one.
Oh.
I thought it was kind of funny. I just like
Yeah.
Round 3.
That felt like an MST3K, like a real MST3K joke.
That's what I was going for, but the robot delivery.
But not as lonely as this.
Dear God.
What the?
The worst thing is, I know
Hold
this
on,
short.
You're very lonely. But not as lonely as this.
It's a wide awake nightmare short.
Okay. Take a deep breath and enter your riff.
Yeah.
Probably not gonna win, but it's all I got.
Something. This has been really fun.
Yeah, no, I love this.
Of course, it was very lonely. But not as lonely as this.
The man is checking his own heartbeat, for God's sake.
Of course, it was very lonely. But not as lonely as this.
That's what you get for jumping on the damn bed, Grodd.
Nice.
Of course, it was very lonely. But not as lonely as this.
That poor audience member who voted for Lonnie last round.
Thank you! Thank you! Know my despair!
Of course, it was very
That's great.
lonely. But not as lonely as this.
Caesar fell on hard times after breaking up with Franklin.
That's great.
Of course, it was very lonely. But not as lonely as this.
In the deepest, darkest depths of my despair, you will not find one so lonely as I. Can I bum a smoke?
Of course, it was very lonely. But not as lonely as this.
Even turning into his monkey form didn't save Gohan from hospitalization.
Got your favorite? Vote now.
MST3K voted for 3.
Nick, that better not be like a weird self-reference. I'm gonna
self-burn.
be mad.
I would not do that.
Yeah.
I would dig myself further into a well to come back in the last round.
Ah, that's always his game.
Time's almost up.
You will not be able to dig me out of the well I find myself in.
Oh.
Look at you. I bet you had a good breakfast.
Nice.
The slide whistle helped sell it a lot.
Yep.
I was second guessing
All
the
right.
slide whistle. Glad
5
I went
points.
with
Okay, next round I'm taking it.
Oh, but I held on to second place. Oh, nope, I didn't. Ah, damn.
Linkara.
Round 4.
Oh, never mind. I have one more round to
Mr.
sandbag.
Wells. How many boats you think we'll need? Mr. Wells. How many boats you think we'll need?
Time to bring the funny. Enter your riff now. all waiting.
Mr. Wells, how many boats you think we'll need?
Well, I'm gonna need my own. I've had a lot to drink.
Mr. Wells, how many boats you think we'll need?
For the last time, I'm not carrying any influencers away from Fire Fest. They're on their own.
Mr. Wells, how many boats you think we'll need?
Well, you want to go to Denver, so anywhere between 0 and none.
Mr. Wells, how many boats you think we'll need?
As many as I can fit in this beer can.
Rouse Tower.
Mr. Wells, how many boats you think we'll need?
After a few more glasses of these, I'll be so sloshed I'll be the boat.
Oh, that was
Flash I expected.
Mr. Wells, how many boats you think we'll need?
And can it be the boat from Thunder in Paradise?
Time to pick the funniest riff.
Brother.
Vote now.
I thought most of us went with the beer.
Oh, MST3K voted for me.
Aw.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Ow.
Well, hey,
there.
it felt good every time they voted for me. All right. Let's see if my hubris, let's see if my hubris can do this with the last round.
The hubris that can do this.
Don't get nervous, but you're almost out of time.
Bridget.
I'm surprised
Okay.
that didn't win. I thought that was real good.
Yeah, I thought it was really good too.
Yes! Yes!
Are you
All
just
right,
rooting for
I've
yourself in the
sandbagged as
chat?
hard as I can. Let's
Oh.
go.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
I'm just so proud of you.
Thank you.
Well done, Martin.
Everybody hates influencers.
Oh, back in second. Woo.
Okay.
It's a
It's
close
gonna be
call. Lanny,
Okay,
you're gonna have to pull off a
Riffers.
miracle.
I know. That's my goal.
Do it.
Okay, everybody, hop in. Okay, everybody, hop in.
Are you the next top riffer? Enter
Oh.
your riff.
Crap, I'm drawing a blank.
All right. Let's see if that does it.
Jewelry Jelly, thank you for the raid.
Take your time.
I don't know.
Just sit here quietly.
I don't know how many votes I need to jump, but we'll see.
Okay, everybody, hop in.
Somehow the dog called shotgun.
Okay, everybody, hop in.
But Dad, why do all the other kids get to sleep in the bags in the back?
Darkest
Jesus.
skin. Darkest skin.
Okay, everybody, hop in.
And the child always hated his father for naming him everybody.
Okay, everybody, hop in.
We're off to teach old Scruffy to shake hands with danger.
Okay, everybody, hop in.
Just be careful you don't sit on my tiki torch's son.
Back to politics.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, hop in.
This is a weird remake of The Hitcher.
The riffs are in. Time to
This is
vote.
gonna be hard to pick.
No, there's three really good ones here.
Will it be enough?
I don't think I'm winning this one.
It needs to be over 10,000 points. I know that.
Take your time. I'll just sit here quiet.
I think it needs to be like 12,000 or something.
Because you have to beat
Yeah, I
whatever
mean,
they
you
get
need
this time.
10,000 just to beat the scores as they are, and then you'll probably need a lot more points to get over.
Ah, never mind. Nowhere near.
Nicely done, though.
Yep.
I was proud of it.
Ooh, Stevie.
That was a really
Yep.
good one, though, Stevie.
That was
Really
great.
strong.
Well done.
How much did the
Oh, the
call
top
back?
score only got 6,000. Never mind. I sandbagged too hard.
Honestly,
Shit.
Jupiter, you deserve more points.
I agree.
Everybody and Scruffy
And
both
the
needed to be the
winner
top
is-
two. Well, they were, but...
I'm curious where I ended up ranking them.
Oh, hey!
Quinn!
Hey, well done,
Hey!
Quinn.
Congrats.
I may have
Nice
I may have rolled a hard 6, but it was still enough to save
There can
me.
only be one.
I want to
Nice
see where
one.
I ended up. I want to see where I ended up ranking.
Last.
Only
Oh, but
last.
69,
Come on,
69.
69.
That's 6,969. Fucking planned it.
Oh, yeah.
That's the real victory.
You know what? That I think that's good enough to be like an honorary
right.
second place there.
Yep.
Nice. What?
All right, well, you know, so that's about our 2-hour run, but honestly, I'm still raring to go. If you guys got other things to do tonight, I wish you well. I think I'm actually going to switch this over to Pick a Riff, and if I'm left alone, then I guess it'll just be me and the audience.
I'll play one more round.
Okay. Now, if we're all still playing together, do we want to keep it on Write a Riff or go to Pick a Riff? I'll leave that up to us.
The audience seems to like the writer riff. Hi, Eric Kimura. Hey. Sorry, friend of mine.
All right. Then how about
I'm back.
I'll take this down to a 3-round Write a Riff, and we'll have that be what wraps up our gameplay.
Sounds fun. I still haven't won a round. You guys have all won. I'll try.
Oh, we playing one more?
Just a 3. I was proposing that I was still raring to go. I was proposing doing Pick a Riff with the audience if everyone else wanted to leave, but Martin and Linkara at least are in for one more round.
I can stick around for one more.
All right, we'll just be a 3-rounder.
I think a 3-rounder, one more thing, that'll end us out well.
All right.
It's so exciting that MST3K and Rifftrax were here.
I know, that's so cool.
Standby screen.
Hi, Eric.
May have been in last place, but 6,969. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
That's definitely one for the history books.
That's the dream.
I did. I might be the first player in this game's history to do that score. That's a possibility.
It's only been out for a couple of weeks. I think that is a definite goal you can have. Oops. Oh, good. Yeah,
Well, there's
now
a party tonight on Haunted Hill.
It's an achievement. There should be an achievement in the game for that.
There we go.
Yep.
Thank you, Zerafor, for clipping that. Need that for posterity. Need the world to know. World first. Just.
Yes, Eric Kimura, this is a brand new game, came out at the beginning of the month. Rifftrax, the video game.
All right, and start.
Hello, aspiring riffers. In each round of Write a Riff,
No one on our
a
end
movie
seeing
clip
that
will play.
skip tutorial.
Every clip has a spot to
I
write
don't
your own
see it.
joke or
I do not,
I'll
sorry.
take. They're just.
riff, as we call it. If you're stuck, you can choose a randomly assigned riff from one of our own professional
Yeah,
comedy
Lanny lost, but
professionals
got the
at a
sexiest
slight
score.
point deduction.
That's fitting.
Everyone's riffs are played back, and you vote for your favorite. At the end of all the rounds,
Pirate
the
King
player
Plays,
with
you
the
may
most
be
points
thinking of
wins.
Use Your Words, which had a segment in its game that was actually a lot like this.
Round 1.
But I much prefer a game all to be this.
Okay, okay.
Oh!
It's Travolta!
I'll answer anything you want. Just stop crying, all right?
Oh my god!
Okay, okay. I'll answer answer anything you want. Just stop crying, all right?
Okay. Take a deep breath and enter your riff.
I like mine. I don't care if no one else does.
I like Jakato's. Do you know who has the skip button?
Okay. I'll answer anything you want. Just stop crying, all right?
No, L. Ron Hubbard wasn't hiding in my closet.
Okay. I'll answer anything you want. Just stop crying, all right?
He had to say that a lot after Battlefield Earth.
Okay. I'll answer anything you want. Just stop crying, all right?
How did it feel when you had Nicolas Cage's face that one time?
Okay. I'll answer anything you want. Just stop crying, all right?
What was it like working with Nick Cage? Did you really have to wear his face that whole movie?
Oh no.
Back to back.
Okay. I'll answer anything you want. Just stop crying, all right?
So is Scientology really that appealing?
Oh, I didn't even hear the person say, "You mean it?"
Yeah, it cuts off when it's giving you the sample the first
I'll
time.
answer anything you want. Just stop crying, all right?
Please tell me that's your actual face.
We got 3
face-off jokes.
Time to place your vote, fellow riffers.
Whenever I think of Battlefield Earth, I think of the friendly bartender.
I've never seen Battlefield Earth. I don't know.
You've made the right choice in life.
If you're gonna watch it with the Rifftrax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to like the color blue.
I used to like Dutch angles. I used to remember going to the editing room, which had a lot of parody, like they wrote down parody scripts of different movies, and the first thing for Battlefield was the cameraman falls asleep, leans on the camera, and stays like that for the rest of the movie.
Brilliant.
Oh, wow.
I actually didn't want to go with this because I thought other people would be making Battlefield Earth jokes.
That's
all went with Face Off.
I avoided Battlefield Earth thinking that everybody would be
I
doing
did
it.
not avoid Face Off. Ouch. Man, the split of that vote really hurt.
The better joke that I thought of later was, man, my sleep paralysis demon looks weird.
Oh my god.
Round 2.
Oh my god.
Now,
Oh, well, it's the same thing, different.
Now I'll make some magic.
You've seen the clip? Now enter your riff.
Clownomancer is my least favorite class in Tarka's Dungeon.
Chat's doing great with some of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard not to look, because then I'd feel like taking inspiration.
Yeah.
Oh my god, MST3K made a Danhausen reference. Very nice, very evil MST3K.
Move, move, move.
Come on, Lanny.
Oh, there we go.
Now I'll make some magic.
Man, the Rise of Skywalker's alternate ending wasn't much better.
Disagree.
Now I'll make some magic.
Gaze upon the emptiness that is my soul.
Now I'll make some magic.
I was only clowning around.
Now I'll make some magic.
Magic Mike 3, the clowning.
Now I'll make some magic.
Unfortunately, it was to turn into an even less.
Now I'll make some magic.
Whoops, effects budget ran out.
Okay, we all had a good laugh. Now time to vote.
I like how I like what the bot did with the whoops. It was whoops. Yeah, I don't want to influence the chat vote, but 5 definitely deserves to win this. I appreciate everyone who's voting for mine. I'm not 5, but 5 deserves to win this round.
Now would be a good time to vote?
Yeah.
Linkara's taking it. Yeah.
Hoot.
He's a man. Wow, making fun of clowns.
I'm coming for you.
Okay,
Now, final round is where it could all change.
The final round.
It's the final round
When you
now.
step down into the street, you can almost disappear.
Georgie.
Well, now I can't use that.
I'm sorry.
When you step down into the street, you can almost disappear.
Are you the next top riffer? Enter your riff.
Go! Again, moderation gets to sample the jokes beforehand. We need the other half, quickly!
Better hurry.
No. I think between
Seconds.
3 of us, helps guarantee my chance of winning.
Oh, Lanny. 1 second. Oh, did we lose Lanny?
When you step down,
He did have 1 second,
into
so he
the
just ran out of
street,
time.
You can almost disappear.
I see you, kid. Get out of here.
Or even disappear. When you step down into the street, you can almost disappear.
Now let's watch this driver finish the job.
Even disappear. When you step down into the street, you can almost disappear.
Oh god, this was the clown's magic trick.
Even disappear. When you step down into the street, you can almost disappear.
Listen, if we just lay down in the street, we can all find out what God really looks like.
Oh my god.
When you step down into the street, you can almost disappear.
Game over.
Here we go again.
Impressive.
Time to vote.
Oh, they gave me an achievement.
Oh, for real?
Onomatopoeia. Apparently, it does think about making riffs entirely in sound effects.
Oh, we lost Lanny.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think he was able to get his riff in time.
Ah.
He was not. And so he abandoned us.
Go, 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 move.
Oh no!
move,
What?
move.
Maybe his internet died.
Yeah,
we lost him
disappeared.
entirely.
Oh, MST3K shot them into space, I guess.
Oh, jeez, you guys act fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done,
Perfect.
okay.
Score on this one,
You might win it with this.
I think you might get that first place trophy.
I'm so excited. I don't think it did, Lanny, no.
Unless your riff was no riff submitted.
Get in.
No.
Have your back, but unfortunately, no, your riff didn't make it in.
Damn it.
Winner is...
We could do a final lightning round.
Nah, you're fine. You're
A
fine.
1 round, right a riff.
Hey,
Yep.
I did it.
Well done, okay.
Finally.
Thanks to
for the
everyone
record,
who
mine was
played.
a young
Let's
Yusuke
give each
Urameshi
other
looks
a
on
hand.
in horror.
Oh, I don't know if that would have won. But
I don't think it would have won, but yeah, I had to go like kid about to get hit by a car. I had to make a Yu joke.
Well, brilliant. That was a lot of fun.
That was great.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining me. I'm gonna definitely put this in the rotation. So look out for some more invitations in the weeks to come.
And thank you, MST3K and Rifftrax, for being in the chat.
Yes,
Hell
thank
yeah.
you.
If you're looking for more writers, hit us up. We absolutely love both of those properties.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else want to have anything else to sign us off with?
I'll be streaming some Evil Dead the game tomorrow night. That's it for me though. Like, I'm having a lot of fun with that game. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
I will conclude my Pokemon X randomized Nuzlocke on Saturday. Otherwise, shake hands with danger.
I'm going to do everything I can to get Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridged episode 84 out by the end of the month, so look out for that.
Woo!
And I'm gonna go have everyone raid someone who's doing piracy. So until next week, everybody, hope you all stay safe, enjoy the laughs, and you can find Rifftrax the game on Steam, and I found it on Steam. I don't know where else you can find it, but you can probably find it on most major consoles, too.
Yeah, this is
Quick, Rifftrax, if you want to plug the game, I'll let you plug the game in chat, quickly. If you have a copy-paste
I like this a lot more than Jackbox because it feeds off all of my strengths.
Yeah, you are super good.
Yeah,
Until
well
I
done, sir.
wasn't.
Thank you for inviting me to this. This was great.
Hell yeah, dude. Like, I knew when we were talking about bringing people on, I'm like, I know 2 people specifically who are big into MST3K.
Oh,
Heck yeah.
Alright, I wanted to give Rifftrax a couple more seconds if they wanted to plug the game, but I think time has run out. So bye, everybody!
Well, chat.
Goodbye!
Hi, Kiba.